Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we are going to talk about what is the perfect platform to create content on. And when we talk about perfect platform to create content on, you have to understand that there are like three types of platforms which provides content and distribute content on their own. Okay, now there is one first platforms which have short content span. When I say short content span means Snapchat, Clubhouse, where you have to be very active. Then there is medium content span, where you don't have to be super active as Snapchat, but you have to post consistently, which includes all your social media channels, let's say Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all. And then there is a content channel which is longer content span, which makes your content evergreen for years altogether. Now I'm talking about blogging. Let's say in this scenario we will talk about YouTube videos. People can always search old videos and come to it. Then there is this Pinterest. I want to keep it between medium and long content span, because you guys know, like Pinterest, they have the search feature as well. But on the same hand, you have to be very active on Pinterest to gain that kind of following. If you get like off Pinterest, you won't see that kind of following. Then fourth would be Quora. Now, this is something that people don't understand, but a lot of Quora searches or Quora views come from Google searches. And as of now, I'm not sure what happens to Yahoo Answer can happen to Quora, but as of now, it does have a longer content span. And why are we talking about content span? So, let's say you are creating videos on Snapchat or Clubhouse. The moment you stop getting active on these platforms, your content will disappear. Like the very next day, people will forget about you. Okay. Then comes second, where it's like a medium content span, where you have to be active, but on the same hand, if you want to take a vacation from being an Instagram celebrity and you stop posting content for a month or two, then people will stop interacting with your content. So if you're earning through your content, people will stop interacting. Whereas longer content spans like Google blogs. So when I say Google, I mean blogs and SEO. Okay, when it comes to YouTube or blogging, so there are a lot of people who create affiliate blog, write amazing 50 to 80 blogs and then leave it for years altogether, just in this scenario, so that they can keep earning that affiliate marketing amount. And same you can do with YouTube. You can take a break for 2 months, 3 months and come back on YouTube and your audience is still there. Okay, now there are few things that people don't understand. These content span matters a lot when you are going into it. I understand that SEO is very competitive market. YouTube videos, I personally am experiencing, like I'm creating these podcasts into videos as well, and I'm seeing hardly 30-40 video views coming on my channel, and that's okay, because I know this is not gonna be the same thing after a year or two. Okay, because I know this one thing, that the only thing that you can beat any kind of competition in the market is gonna be your consistency, because people get too hung up on the quality side of it. I just put this mic, switch on the camera button, no preparation, no. Sometimes I try looking a little better than I'm looking while working, but yeah, nothing else, and I hit the record. I do have a videographer doing this content, but even if I didn't have him, I have seen so many people just putting their basic intro and creating the content, and then once they are growing, they go ahead and hire someone to do the editing or do editing themselves as well. So it's all about creating the content and creating it on consistent basis, especially if you want to grow on medium content span platforms and longer content span platforms. Now my personal ideal strategy is like what I've started doing, and this helps me a lot. I just record these long YouTube videos which hardly anyone is watching, but I do have a lot of following, not lot of, but good enough following on Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn. A lot of people are seeing the videos, and not only that, what I'm seeing is like I started creating this podcast with just the purpose of teaching people on how to do digital marketing better, content marketing better, with no thing in mind that I'm ever gonna convert it into a course or earn from the people. All I wanted is that people stop doing black hat marketing, and I never had a purpose because I have my own brands that I worked with, and then there are brands I've been doing consulting from years altogether. So I never had this purpose of earning money through it. But now I'm putting so many videos and content on LinkedIn. I'm getting approached by so many brands on very regular basis to do their SEO consulting or teach them how to do it. Or sometimes they want to give a full-fledged project to my agency for us to do their content marketing, which we do on. So, but yeah, like I'm getting leads from the podcast, and I've very less people I have seen, just because I have so many listeners maybe, or so many people in India are following me on LinkedIn or anything like that. But I'm seeing this leads coming on regular basis, and all I do is just record this podcast, cut the videos of it, and put it, or let's say repurpose and redistribute the 1 minute videos wherever it makes sense on multiple platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and everywhere else. I don't have anything in mind. All I want is my content to be distributed. But in my mind, I know I want to create a longer form of content. Okay. And that's one thing that I always keep in mind. Shorter content will always have more engagement, which will give you a good, hype. So let's say TikTok, not Pinterest, but Snapchat stories, Clubhouse, Instagram stories. That's also like short content basis. Like if you don't do anything and just upload Instagram stories, you will start getting views, and their engagement is way higher than any other platforms. But on the same hand, the moment you stop it, people will stop watching it. Okay. And that's one thing that people won't know, why this person is famous or why this person have their so much of content or so much of following or something like that. So this thing that you have to keep in mind of shorter content platforms. Now, shorter content span, the best way is to create longer content span, keeping blogging, YouTube and all in mind, and then go for shorter content and redistribute your longer videos or longer audios into shorter content. That makes a lot of sense to me. One thing that I want to tell, above all this content span comes this newsletter, which is not in either of these technically. So newsletter is something which is very interesting, because you have a lot of email IDs where you are giving away this content that you are giving away in videos and all, but you are giving away this content to them in free, maybe a weekly, monthly, every day, whatever is your strategy with newsletter. But that is one big strategy where you can hold on to an audience. And let's say there is like medium content platforms will keep reducing their engagement rate, and year on year you will see that, like whatever LinkedIn engagement rate was 4 years back, it's almost half of it. Same with Instagram and Facebook. I don't even want to talk about their engagement rate. It's like shittiest engagement rate is Facebook. But yeah, they want to rely people on ads. In fact, I'm seeing so many complaints from Pinterest users now, especially brands who are on Pinterest. They are seeing a reduction in the impressions and everything, just because they are putting more money towards ads, and they want people to do more ads. So their engagement will keep reducing. That's why if you have newsletter, and let's say you change your audience, or let's say you start being active on one more platform, then newsletter is amazing. It's a perfect way to go about it. And having your customers or future customers new IDs and all, just think like that. Like if you create an Instagram account, who will be your ideal customer or who will be your ideal followers? Just create a newsletter for those kind of followers, and make them into a habit that they go into promotions tab and check your newsletter. And don't make your newsletter promotional all the time. Make it informational. People are always trying to sell things through newsletter, which is a very wrong strategy. Anyway, by the way, I am very active now on newsletter. So not active, but I'm gonna start like tomorrow. I'm planning to send a very good SEO based case study through my newsletter. So if you still haven't subscribed to it, you can just find it down in comments or wherever you're listening or watching this. But yeah, subscribe to it and you will see a lot of different kind of tips, SEO tips or case studies, and I'm gonna show like amazing graphs that of the brands I'm working with and how I take shortcuts, which are like gray hat techniques, not black hat, not white hat, gray hat techniques, but works amazing. So these kind of things that you can always find on my newsletter. Anyway, so when we talk about newsletter, it's a perfect strategy to collect email IDs in case the platform you want to change or you want to distribute your content to a new platform. You can always shift your audience from one platform to another. At least you were connected with them, because always understand your YouTube subscribers are not yours. Okay, these are YouTube subscribers. Your Instagram followers are the followers of Instagram. Mark owns those followers. You don't own anything. You just own the email IDs of your customer or your data of the customer. That's all you own. That's why we always, when we talk about content and content strategy and everything, platform comes, platform goes. I used to be Snapchat famous, now I'm not anymore, but platform comes and goes. It doesn't matter. It changes, like one update and people just change their platform completely. So that's why your website, your newsletter, your like data of your customers, your connections, those things matters more irrespective of what platform you are creating a community on. And that's what we consider when it comes to content marketing. Okay, last tip, whatever is your newsletter, just copy, go ahead and paste it on Quora, find a question regarding the same and paste it. That's all. Like it's not very complicated. Just find a question on Quora around that topic and paste your newsletter as a way of doing an answer, and have fun with your newsletter, whatever you're doing. Maybe send memes and also that will also help. But yeah, now you know what kind of content platform you need to choose for creating content. I know it's gonna take a huge amount of time to create SEO post and YouTube, starting a YouTube channel from zero, and it's gonna take like at least a year just to get the basic traction, including podcast also. So it will take a lot of time to just get basic traction, but once you get that, nothing like it. You will keep getting that traction over the years. So that's something that you have to keep in mind all the time. So yeah, I guess this is it, guys. So I hope this podcast is helping you guys, and if it is, then please go ahead and subscribe to it. If you're listening on iPhone, this, just leave me a review. I mean, this review, it matters a lot. I mean, it will take hardly 20 or 30 seconds for you to leave a review, but it will go ahead and tell all these search gods that yeah, this podcast is valuable to me, so it can be valuable to someone like you. And if you don't own an iPhone, find a friend who owns it, go to my podcast, leave a review. That would also help me. But yeah, subscribe to it, keep listening to it. I really hope I'm helping you guys. And do subscribe to newsletter, do watch the YouTube videos of the same. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.